Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Matt, the Detroit Minimalist. And one thing we've been hearing a lot about are corporate layoffs, right? So I recently ran across a video pretty much featuring one of my favorite car reviewers, Micah, who used to be on KBB, aka Kelly Blue Book, right? So he talked a little bit about his experience. He got laid off. So I kind of want to just dive into the video and just have a discussion about it. So let's go, everybody.
Story. Okay, normally on this channel, I review cars and do helicopter adventure stuff, oftentimes with my wife and daughter, but today I'm just talking to you in this boring environment, and you can tell I rarely make these kinds of videos because this is not the backdrop you would want if you made videos. But here goes. That provocative title and thumbnail are true. After 18 and a half years working for a corporation, I am no longer employed. Quick preamble, the reason I'm doing this video is not to complain or feel bad about this situation for myself. It's really to answer questions that some people have asked, those who found out that I'm not working at Kelly Blue Book anymore, and just to offer a little bit of guidance on what that means for the future of this channel. So, some background. You may have first seen me way back in the day hosting videos for Kelly Blue Book. I hosted car reviews, and gosh, I hope you didn't see too many of the early ones because they weren't very good. A lot of embarrassing stuff if you dig through the archives. So for 18 and a half years, I worked at Kelly Blue Book. The last few years, I wasn't really on camera. I was actually managing a team of 12 content creators, but before that, I was in almost all of the videos. So,
And he's not lying. Like, I mean, his face was everywhere. If you watch any of the videos, his face was everywhere, right? He was in all the videos, so he's not lying about that.
I got pulled into a meeting. You know, when you see those meeting invites where it's so vague, you're like, well, there's no way this is good. That was exactly right. I was informed that the entire editorial team of which I was a part of, that was like, oh gosh, almost 30 people, all of the positions had been eliminated, including my own, and that there would be a new team created with new positions that we could apply for. And so there was a period where I was still employed, but I wasn't going to be employed, but maybe I would be employed on the new team. And then they announced positions for the new team, and I was not hired. So you're probably wondering why. It's a really good question because I was wondering why as well.
And let's bring this down. Let's talk about this. So I know a lot of people go through this. You get laid off, you get let go from your job, and you're wondering why, right? You do your job, you're very qualified. So you see him asking the same question. Like I said, Micah was one of the biggest car reviewers, right? Right, especially before a lot of the independent car reviewers. You got Doug DeMuro and some of these other people, right? He was one of the biggest faces on Kelly Blue Book. So he's doing what a lot of people are doing, or people have done. Why am I getting laid off? So let's hear what he has to say about it.
A quality issue as far as I was aware. I do have documentation that shows that my contributions to the company were quote unquote outstanding, so probably not a quality issue. Really the only explanation I got was kind of that generic non-answer answer where they say we're looking to go in a different direction, that kind of thing. So I didn't really get a satisfying explanation as to why I was not a part of the new team, but I was not. Moving away from the specifics of my situation, I'll just mention that a friend of mine on Instagram in the comments section had noted that generically, sometimes corporations will do a thing where instead of keeping on, let's say, employees who've been around for a really long time and maybe have outsized salaries or benefits that are expensive, I don't know, maybe even like a pension or something like that, they might shuffle those employees out and then replace them with cheaper, less experienced employees that they hope are going to do the same job as well or better perhaps than the previous employees, but for a lot less money. Is that what happened in this situation? I can't say. What I know for sure is that
No, he's not going to say it, but let's answer it for him. Of course, they're cutting you just to cut costs and to increase profit margins and cut across the margins. That's exactly what happened. And I really wanted to bring up that part, right? A lot of people are getting laid off. They're asking why. A lot of times it comes down to just cost cutting, right? Cost cutting. And I think I say this too. I know I talk a lot about being a minimalist and and I do reviews of different things, but sometimes it just comes down to dollars. And sometimes when you get laid off, people are wondering what happened. Just keep in mind that a lot of times it just comes down simply to economics, right? And don't take it personally. It sucks. You should be angry sometimes. I'm not saying you shouldn't be angry, but it's not an attack against you. Sometimes these corporations are just being greedy. So That's one of the biggest takeaways. I'm going to continue making videos because I want to follow up a little bit more with some of the stuff that he said. So make sure you share, like, and subscribe and come back because I want to break down this video and the rest of the stuff that he says in more detail moving forward.